All right, well, good morning, everybody. We have a fantastic presenter that is going to speak with you all for a minute, but we're having some tech issues, so we hope we may be able to get that completed before the end. If so, definitely stick on there at the end, but we're going to go ahead and get started with just the presentation of scholarships right now. All right, next slide here, Chad. All right, so I kind of want to go over some scholarship do's and don'ts. I know some of you have been on this workshop before, but we can't stress these things enough. So make sure when you're applying for scholarships that you verify that all your scholarships are legit. Apply and keep applying. Read your scholarship instructions carefully. Next slide. Scholarship don'ts. Don't assume you won't receive the scholarship because of the applicant pool. If you qualify, meet all the qualifications, go ahead and apply. And don't wait until the last minute to begin your applications, and turn in your application essays. Don't turn them in without having someone proofread them. All right, next slide. Oh, go back there one. Essay. So most of your scholarships that you apply for are going to have an essay component to them. So make sure when you are writing these that you pay attention to what the scholarship essay is actually asking for. Answer the underlying question. Make sure you don't go off on a tangent about something that they haven't asked you. Let the scholarship committee really know who you are. Explain why you deserve the scholarship and show passion in your writing. All right, next slide here. Right. For interviews, some scholarships are going to have an interview component. Sometimes those are going to be in person, sometimes those are going to be virtual. Make sure, regardless of where, whether virtual or in person, make sure you dress to impress and be on time. When it comes to technology, doing a Zoom interview or a Teams interview, make sure you're logging in early to make sure all of your technology works. Make sure that you're prepared to thoroughly respond to the following questions in those interviews. And again, these are questions you're also going to find in your essays. Tell us about yourself. Be detailed in letting them know who you are, because sometimes this is the only opportunity you're going to have to show that committee who you are. What are your college and career goals? Know this and be specific, especially when it comes to your career goals. One of the things I've seen with a lot of students when they get into these interviews, they throw out 4 or 5 different things, sometimes more, that they're interested in doing. That kind of shows the interview that maybe you're not ready for this scholarship because maybe you don't have clear direction. So make sure before you go into that, you've thought about long and hard about the things that you want to do, and make sure that you're able to really nail down what that career goal looks like, why you're interested in it, know about salary expectations, all of these things when you go to answer that question. And then again, let them know why you deserve the scholarship. What sets you apart from the other people who are applying. All right, next slide here. Recommendation letters. There's several scholarships today that I'm going to present that are going to require you to have a recommendation letter. Make sure you ask for a recommendation letter from someone who knows you well enough to speak highly of you. Request that recommendation early. Takes a little bit of time to write these, so make sure you're requesting that early, jumping on that right away. You know, we're going to have some scholarships that I'm going to present here in a minute that have a June 1st deadline. You know, get on there, look at those scholarships right away, find out if they need a recommendation letter, and reach out to someone today if you're going to be applying for those. Don't make your recommender work harder than you for the scholarship. Keep in mind, it is your responsibility to make sure they have all the information regarding the scholarship and the requirements of the letter. So don't make them have to go out and research those things. Make sure you let them know what's going to be required there. All right, next slide here. All right, so before we go into the next scholarships, just want to let you guys know, a lot of you have been attending this scholarship workshop. Some of you have been applying, some of you have not been applying. I'm telling you, if you go in here and you apply, scholarship opportunities are out there. If you've applied and you haven't heard something, that doesn't mean that you haven't gotten the scholarship. On this workshop right now, we have Divine, who we were notified yesterday that he earned the best scholarship. I think we had 4 people apply for that scholarship. That scholarship he applied for back in November, and we just heard word yesterday that he received that scholarship. So we want to congratulate Divine on earning the best scholarship, but that goes to show, if you apply, the opportunities are out there. All right, so we're going to go into just a few scholarships here that we're really excited about. The first one here is the National Educational Opportunity Centers Association Scholarship, or NEOCA Scholarship. This is a $1,000 scholarship. If you are in our TRIO program in EOC, you qualify to be able to apply for this scholarship. The deadline that you're going to see on the application that I send out later is June 30th. However, that application must be turned into our office by June 18th. And the reason being, we can only send forward 2 applicants. One applicant that's currently in college or getting ready to enroll in college, and one applicant that has earned their GED over the past year. So those must be turned into our office by June 18th. Does require recommendation letters. So one of those recommendation letters has to be from an outside source. We will submit one for you, but just start working on who you may want to recommend you for that scholarship. Also has an essay component to it, just talking about your college and career goals. And then you are going to have to do an activities form. So make sure you take some time to write down any activities you've been a part of, I would say, for the last 5 years. So whether that's church organizations, volunteering, all of those things, you're going to want to really detail that. We really hope to get a lot of scholarship applicants for this. So please take the time to fill that out. This is the National EOC Scholarship. We have had 2 recipients over the last, I guess, 2 years to receive this scholarship. So great opportunity there. So make sure, fill out that form, get it to us by June 18th. If you're having trouble with anything, let us know. All right, next scholarship. So the Overcoming Barriers Scholarship, this is our EOC scholarship. This application will open on Monday at 8 a.m. You can jump onto the website and go ahead and complete that. The deadline is going to be July 15th, so make sure you have that in time. Again, this is our scholarship. We give this out to 2 students per semester for fall and spring. You do have to have at least a 2.5 GPA to be able to apply for the EOC scholarship. And you also must submit an application, no less than 250 words, detailing your college and career goals. So make sure you're detailed in that. Let us know who you are, what you're looking to do. There is an interview component later on. So if you qualify, meet all the qualifications, you will get put through for that interview process. So again, Monday morning, this opens up. We hope to have a lot of applicants for this scholarship as well. All right, next slide. All right. The Arkansas Single Parent Scholarship. So the deadline is approaching for this summer scholarship and the fall. Summer is July 1st, the deadline. However, they're going to start awarding these pretty quickly, really within the next 2 weeks for people who go ahead and get their applications in. For fall, again, July 15th, you'll want to get that in. But this is for any single parents residing in either Arkansas or Bowie County, Texas. So if you are a single parent in this area, Arkansas, Bowie County, you are eligible to apply for this scholarship. You must have a 2.0 GPA in order to be able to apply. Some of the documents that you will have to turn in is your 2020 tax return if you filed. If you did not file, there's some other income verification that that they'll need. A marital status statement, just stating that you're not married. If you're someone who has been divorced, they do want a copy of that divorce document. They want verification of your Pell Grant information and also enrollment, which is really just your class schedule. We can help you with that scholarship, but if you are a single parent, jump on and apply for that. All right, next slide. So last chance scholarship. So this is just a scholarship with a May deadline that's coming up. Next slide there. So the National CPR Foundation Healthcare and Education Scholarship. If you've been on here, you know I present this one every month. This scholarship has a deadline. Each month it's offered with a deadline of the last day of the month. So this is for anyone who is majoring in a healthcare or education related field with at least a 2.8 GPA. Requires an essay just describing what motivates you in your career and why you chose healthcare or education. So again, May 31st, the last day for that scholarship. All right, next slide. So moving on to our June deadlines. Next slide. Several scholarships here, and again, some of these have June 1st, so if you find something you're interested in, you want to jump on today and learn a little bit about what all you're going to need. The first one is the Central Infusion Alliance Scholarship. So this is a $1,000 scholarship. And it's for someone who wants to write an essay on someone who's in the healthcare field who has made a difference in your life. So you don't have to be a medical student, a nursing student, but if you know someone in the healthcare field who has made a difference in your life, you can apply for that $1,000 scholarship. The next one is the Diversity and Hospitality Scholarship. So this is for someone who may be in the culinary arts program. High priority is given to those who identify as an underrepresented group in the industry. But if you're a culinary student, go ahead and apply for that. All right, next slide. The Clifford H. Ted Reese Scholarship. This scholarship is for HVAC students. We did have someone to earn this scholarship a couple of years ago. It is a national scholarship, but again, big opportunity there. This one, they have two different scholarships. So one, just anyone that's in HVAC, and another is specifically for veterans. So if you're a veteran, there is an app out there as well. I will tell you this scholarship requires recommendation forms and an official transcript. With June 1st being the deadline, again, you've got to jump on this one pretty quick because you've got a lot of things that you need to gather there. Another HVAC scholarship here. This is for any female students who are in the HVAC program. Next slide.
Hey, before I go to the next slide, let me switch computers quick, okay?
Oh, Chad, were you saying something there?
Yeah, I was saying before I go to the next slide, let me switch computers real quick, okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Back here. So these next two scholarships here, I thought this was really interesting. So these are two completely separate scholarships wanting the same thing. So for anyone who has a dream of starting a small business, or they want to know how a small business has impacted your life. So you don't have to be a business major to answer this. Any of you can, but if you know of a small business that's impacted you, or if you're someone who would like to start their own small business, two scholarships here, same essay will knock that out. So something pretty easy right there for everybody to go out and apply for. All right, next slide. All right. So we got a couple of scholarships for some anyone in automotive. So this first one is for a female student who may be enrolled in the automotive program right now. So with at least a 3.0 GPA. The second one is the American Muscle Scholarship, so open to high school seniors or current students who are pursuing an automotive degree. If you're someone in diesel technology, those areas, those will fall under this this scholarship as well. All right, next slide. All right, now the American Trucks. So same thing there, automotive, but this is also including someone in construction technology, HVAC, electrical, or any of those related fields. So if you are in any sort of workforce program, with the exception of probably culinary and cosmetology, this is a scholarship that you can go out and apply for. The R&D System Scholarship, so for our nursing students or someone majoring in biology, social science, this scholarship is open to you. So anyone in a science-related field, it's a $1,500 scholarship there. Next slide. The Optimal Community College and Undergraduate Scholarship. So another one that most of you probably recognize. So they do this monthly, $2,000 scholarship. Again, the exact same essay. You can apply to both of these scholarships. I believe the essay is just really on your college and career goals. So I'm sure you see a trend there. Write an essay about your college and career goals and slightly change that up for each of that scholarship that you apply for. All right, next slide. All All right, so we got Ben's Original Seat at the Table Fund Scholarship. So if you are a student in the culinary arts program, it does say food science. So if we have someone in here that's working on their bachelor's degree in that area right now, but this scholarship is open to you, and you see up to $25,000. I'm sure that's going to be dependent on tuition and all of that, but that tells me that there's probably a lot of scholarship money out there for this particular scholarship. So if you're in culinary, jump on that pretty quick. Then we have the Student Caregiver Scholarship, so $1,500 scholarship. So this is open to someone who has been caring for an older relative. So regardless of whether you're a nursing student or any major, if you are someone that's been providing care for an older relative, you do qualify to be able to apply for this scholarship. You would submit an essay or a 2-minute video just telling the committee about your journey in caregiving. All right, next slide. All right, a couple of STEM scholarships here. So the first one is the After College STEM Inclusion Scholarship. So this scholarship is for someone who is underrepresented in their field. But if you are in science, technology, engineering, majoring in math, great scholarship to go out there and apply for. I believe this is also a monthly scholarship that's available for students. Same thing with the Supporting STEM Scholarship, $1,000. Anyone majoring in science, technology, engineering, or math. With at least a 3.0 GPA. All right, next slide there. All right, so we've got a couple here for July that we'll just kind of present to you. So the first is the Good Samaritan Foundation. So if you are a nursing student, this is a scholarship that you can apply for. The deadline is July 15th, but it's open right now, so you can go on and jump on that. Must provide a letter of intent, a letter of recommendation, and a copy of your unofficial transcript, a photo, and a professional resume. If you need help getting that resume together, let me know. We can certainly help with that. And then the final one here is a Skill Trade and Technology Scholarship. So if any one of you are in any of our skill trades, welding, let's see, automotive, any of those, or technology field, then this is out there for you to apply for. All right, next slide. So I wanted to circle back to these two scholarships. You can go to the next slide here. Again, a lot of scholarships here available out there for a lot of you that you can apply for. But again, these are two that I really would like to see everybody sending in an application for. Keep in mind the NEOCA, June 18th is the deadline for that scholarship to turn that into our office. And the EOC scholarship will open on June 1st and it will close on July. And actually that's July 16th. Sorry, I put the wrong date in there. It will be the correct date in your packet when you get it. But July 16th is when those will close. So make sure you submit an application for those. All right, next slide. So you can find additional scholarships at the following website, which I'm going to send out to you in an email after this. I'm going to send a packet with scholarships that we've covered today, but I tell you, do yourself a disjustice if you don't go out to this website. Presented several scholarships here. There's going to be 9 pages in the PDF, but there's probably another 9 pages of scholarships available on this website that you may qualify for. So make sure you go out and check that out. All right, next slide. Next scholarship workshop, again, we do this every 4th Friday. So June 25th will be the next scholarship workshop, 11 a.m. You can go and RSVP today to find out, you know, and we'll send you out the link again, probably the day before. But make sure you sign up for that so you know what all's going to be out there for June, July, and August, most likely. Again, if you need assistance applying for these scholarships, don't hesitate to come in. Just don't come in at the last minute. Make sure you kind of have the things that you need. Come in. We will help you put everything together and get those sent off. So, but apply. Again, I can't stress enough. Divine applied for this scholarship back in November. He was notified yesterday that he earned the scholarship. I was kind of doing a, you know, putting things down today. I think we've had over 70 people earn scholarships over the last 2 years. That's a lot of scholarship dollars, but it just comes down to applying and getting that out there. So again, apply, join us for our next scholarship workshop. The next slide here. help us get better. Complete the workshop survey. Let us know what we can do better. The link is going to be put in the chat. I told you we were going to have a speaker at the beginning, but we had some tech difficulties, so we'll get that out to you a little bit later. Let you know when we'll try to redo that. But make sure you fill out the link in the chat. Let us know how we're doing, how we can help serve you better. You will be put into a drawing for a $10 Chick-fil-A card. So if you guys have any questions, just email us, eoc@texarkanacollege.edu, but you will receive an email from me within the next 30 minutes just with the scholarships we've covered. So thank you guys for coming out today. And again, the link is in the chat, so make sure you fill that out.